Ancient Monuments of Egypt and Western Asia, edited by A. Sayce, London, 1891, Volume V, pages 120, 121. Therefore, if correctly identified with Pukudu, P-code would appear to have been located east of the Tigris and end of that river's confluence with the Kaka. It has been suggested that at Jeremiah 50:21 the designation P-code like maritime possibly is a poetic name for Babylon. It is noteworthy that an inscription from the time of Nebuchadnezzar shows that Pukudu was under the control of Babylon. Therefore, when Babylon fell to the Medes and Persians, this must also have affected P-code. P has acted wonderfully. 1. Elvita assisted Ezra in reading and explaining the law to the Israelites assembled in Jerusalem's public square. He is probably the same Levite unless a representative of the family by that name is meant who attested to the covenant of faithfulness put forward shortly thereafter. NE 8. 1, 5-8. 9. 38. 10. 1, 9, 10. 2. One of the last generation of David's descendants mentioned in the Hebrew Scriptures. 1 Ch 3. 1, 5, 10, 24. Pilaliapel Liaj is arbitrating. A priest whose descendant Adaiah was among those serving at the sanctuary after the return from Babylonian exile. NE 11. 10, 12. Pilatiapel Jehovah has provided escape. 1. One of 4 Simeonite chieftains who led 500 men against Mount Seir and struck down the remnant of the Amalekites, likely during Hezekiah's reign. 1 Ch 4. 41-43. 2. Son of Benaiah. A prince of Israel whom Ezekiel saw in vision. Pelatiah, along with Yaazaniah, was scheming hurtfulness and advising bad counsel against Jerusalem. Ezekiel was inspired to utter a prophecy against the people of Israel, after which Pelatiah died. Ez 11. 1-13. 3. A distant descendant of David and grandson of Zerubbabel. 1 Ch 3. 19-21 possibly the same as No. 4. 4. A family head represented in the signatures to the covenant promising not to take foreign wives. NE 9. 38. 10. 1, 14, 22. See No. 3. Peleg division. A son of Abraham, father of Roy in the line from Shem to Abraham, and therefore an early ancestor of Jesus. Peleg lived 239 years 2269 to 2030 BCE and founded one of Otex Toi Acute Muritra Longo, Peleth 596 Peleth Peleth. 1. Reuben whose son On joined Than, Abiram, and Korah in their rebellion. New 16. 1. 2. A descendant of Judah through Jerahmeel. 1 Ch 2. 33. Pelotites Pelemiddle.ites. Loyal fighters for King David. Always mentioned with the Cherethites. When David fled from Jerusalem, because of Absalom's rebellion, which a major portion of the army supported, the Peletites went along with David across the Kidron. 2 Sa 15. 18, 23 They also helped put down the rebellion of Sheba 2 Sa 20. 7, and later they supported David's choice of Solomon as his successor, instead of siding with Adonijah as Joab did. 1 Chi 1. 38, 44 The Cherethites and Peletites were not part of the regular army, but were a separate division in the service of King David, for Joab is called the head of the army, but, separately, Benaiah was over the Cherethites and Peletites. 2 Sa 8. 18. 20. 23. 1 Ch 18. 17 Since the Peletites were not mentioned either before or after the reign of David, it may be concluded that they were his personal servants, rather than a permanent group serving the regal office. Compare 2 Sa 8. 18 and 23. 22, 23. The lack of any positive identification of the Peletites has given rise to numerous suggestions, among which are two primary schools of thought. 1. The great similarity in Hebrew between the two names Peletites and Philistines. Peletite, plus only one additional character gives Philistine is the basis for saying that they are of the same background, or perhaps that the Peletites were a branch of the Philistines. Some object to this suggestion that Philistines comprised David's personal bodyguard, but this possibility should not be wholly discounted. 2. On the other hand, the names Cherethites and Peletites may perhaps be terms designating duty or ranks of service performed by David's bodyguard, the Cherethites serving as executioners, the Peletites as runners. Such a division of runners is mentioned during the reigns of Saul and later kings. 1 Sir 22. 17. 2 K 11. 4. 2 Ch 30. 6. This second view, however, is less widely held than the first. Pelican Heb. Committal.uth. The translators of the Greek Septuagint and Latin Vulgate identified the Hebrew word committal.uth with the pelican. It is listed among the birds designated as unclean in the Mosaic Law. Law 11. 13, 18.